Good morning, students. A special good morning to Prajwal Reddy, Udanura, and Mallikarjun. Thank you for your homework. You have solved all the problems by applying all those 3 problems. Just you have to maintain the same spirit. Today we are going to discuss the type number 2. In the last class, we learned the type number 1, that is a denominator containing non-repeated linear factor in the last class. Today we are going to discuss a denominator containing repeated linear factor. However, you know the denominator. Just we discuss about the repeated word. What it means by the repeated. For example, I will take a number, single digit. When I will write a power 2, it will be 2 square. It means just we write 2 into 2. What it means 2 into 2? 2 is repeated 2 times. Denominator containing repeated linear factor. This is a number idea. Ax plus b. What it means by ax plus b? It is a one polynomial. Its degree is 1. So it is calling it as a linear polynomial. So I'll take one bracket, I'll write 1 here. It means a single factor, a single polynomial. When I will write the power 2, it means we can express it as ax plus b into ax plus b. So everyone know that ax plus b is a linear polynomial. The same linear polynomial I express it like in product form. The same linear factor we have. So it means ax plus b repeated 2 times. It means a linear factor repeated. This is considered to be a repeated linear factor. Sometime ax plus b whole cube. What it means? This is a repeated linear factor because ax plus b whole cube is the product of 3 ax plus b factor. So similarly, we can extend to nth term also. Ax plus b whole power n. Here how many times is repeated? N times. Here 3 times, here 2 times, here n times. So today we are going to discuss such factor, such rational proper fraction. We are going to resolve a partial fraction. Let us take one simple example. The simple example is question number 1, that is resolve x divided by x minus 1 whole square into partial fraction. Shortly I will write partial fraction. So just look at the numerator part, a linear polynomial. It means a degree 1. Here in place of denominator x minus 1 whole square, it is a quadratic polynomial because x minus 1 whole square equal to, just apply a minus b whole square formula. A square is x square minus 2ab is 2 into x, 2x into 1 is 2x, it will be a 2x plus b square value will be 1 because this is considering to be a quadratic polynomial. So that quadratic polynomial we have in the form of repeated linear factors. At this situation, how to split this one as the sum of 2 proper fractions? Look at the rule. When denominator containing 2 times repeated factor, at this time a divided by just base you write plus b divided by as it is part you have to write. In case 3 times. How to write? A divided by ax plus b divided by ax plus b whole square plus c divided by ax plus b whole cube. Like this we can extend. But here just you observe f of x divided by ax plus b whole power n. How many times we write? N times. That is a1 divided by, just you write ax plus b, plus a2 divided by next one power, that is 2. Just tell me what is next? a3 divided by ax plus b whole cube and so on. So here in my question, just I will write x divided by x minus 1 whole square. How I can split? That is a divided by, according to this rule, just a base we copy. So here base I have x minus 1 plus, just look at b divided by, as it is denominator, ax plus b whole square. Here I have x minus 1 whole square. It means b divided by x minus 1 whole square. This is my equation number 1. What is my method number 1? I'll go by method number 1 first. That is method number 1, very simple and the most standard, this method number 1. Maximum we operate in theory part as well as in CET part in such problem, method number 1. It is applicable everywhere, either in theory or KCET or NTA. Now, what is that method number 1? Simply replacement I need. Put what I can replace, just look at the denominator. The denominator is x minus 1 equal to some variable we have to take. I have taken p. If you wish you can take q. Any variable you can apply. Now, what is the value of x then? X is equal to, shifting this 1 on RHS side, it means p plus 1. Go to your LHS part. What is your LHS part? X divided by x minus 1 whole square. How to write this one? What is x value? Look this one, p plus 1 divided by, what is x minus 1? That is p. X value is p plus 1, then x minus 1 value is p. So x minus 1 value I have p, just I will write instead of this x minus 1. We know that power is 2 p square. Further calculation, you know, just separation, that is I will write p divided by p square plus 1 divided by p square. Now making cancel, here it is possible, here it is possible. Then what left out? That is 1 divided by p plus 1 divided by p square. Over my result, what the last step? Just by replacing the value of p. What is that value of p? Here I have p value is x minus 1. Therefore, my required result is x divided by x minus 1 whole square. This proper fraction, just I expressed as sum of two proper fraction, that is 1 divided by p value I have x minus 1 plus 1 divided by x minus 1 whole square. You can verify, cross verify. Just you have to add these two, the same result you will get. Not necessary to show here, just you can verify. So this is my method number 1. This method you are following in theory part, KCET as well as in NDA. Don't forget this method. This method is applicable. When it is applicable? When we have in the place of the denominator only repeated linear factors. Please note it. After that I will go to the method number 2. We'll move to the method number 2, that is method number 2. What is that method number 2? Just copy paste that one, x divided by x minus 1 whole square equal to a divided by x minus 1 plus b divided by x minus 1 whole square. After this, LHS writing as it is in method number 2, just taking LCM in the RHS side. So x minus 1 whole square, here only x minus 1. What will be the LCM? Just x minus 1 whole square. Now what we can multiply to a? Only one x minus 1 term we have. So multiply one more x minus 1. It means a times of x minus 1. Between plus sign, after that b. Here everything is there, x minus 1 whole square. So just multiply, nothing means 1. 1 into b is b. After this, just make it cancel these two terms. These two are same. Then remains x is equal to a times of x minus 1 plus b. Just removing the bracket, x is equal to a into x is a times of x minus a into 1 is a, just be right. After that, already you know two polynomials are equal if and only if what? Yes, that is corresponding coefficients are same. Here I have a variable x, only single variable x. Here too I have a variable x. These two polynomials are said to be equal. This corresponding coefficient must be same. It means a is equal to 1. One value I got. Now, how to get the value of b? That's why look, a minus a plus b. Minus a plus b totally independent of x. Totally independent of x means there is no x term. There is no x term means some x term will be there. At this time, that power will be 0. This time is called as independent of x. Totally it is a constant term. Whether you have a LHS side any constant term, you have a variable. You don't have any constant term. So that's why nothing means I can write 0. X plus 0 or x minus 0 equal to, what is RHS side? Minus a plus, this is b. We are going to find the value of b. That's why a I will shift this side. It will be a plus a. Minus a becomes plus a. Equal to, it is on b. Therefore, my final answer b is equal to, what is a value? 1. After that, I will write here my result. That is what I can write. This equal to, this part equal to a value I got 1, 1 upon x minus 1 plus b value also I got 1, that is 1 divided by x minus 1 whole square. Got it? Method number 2. Don't go by elimination method, because here only one term will eliminate. The second term we can't eliminate. That's why just you have to follow in such situation two methods. The method number 1 is the best method and you are following this method itself in any type of exam. The second method, just you keep in mind, somewhere it's required. Okay, note it. The next question, that is resolve 3x minus 1 divided by that is x plus 2 whole square into partial fraction. One more problem for better understanding. Just I will write 3x minus 1 divided by x plus 2 whole square equal to, how we can write? Only twice it's repeated, so that a divided by x plus 2 plus b divided by, it is x plus 2 whole square. Clear? Yes. Next, we'll go to the method number 1. That is very easiest method. That is method 1. What is our method number 1? Just by replacing some value, denominator I have x plus 2. Put x plus 2 is equal to p. Then I'll get x value by transferring to an RHS side. It means p minus 2. Go to the substitution. So just we write 3x minus 1 divided by x plus 2 whole square once. In front you are replacing. Look at the value of x. X value is p minus 2. So 3 times of. What is x value? X value is p minus 2. I will write here p minus 2. It's clear? After that, between minus 1 upon, this is x plus 2 whole square. What is x plus 2? X plus 2 whole square is p. So that I will write here p square. It's clear? Further simplification, it's a very easy. That will be 3 into p is 3p. 3 into minus 2 is minus 6. It is minus 3 divided by p square. After this, just I will write 3x minus 1 divided by x plus 2 whole square as it is equal to 3p minus 6 minus, it is just outside a constant, it is just you write minus 1. 3 times of p is 3p, 3 to 6 minus 6, this remains constant, minus 1. It will be how much? 3p right as it is, minus 6 minus 1 will be, that is minus 7 divided by p square. Now I will separate 3p divided by p square minus 7 divided by p square. So p divided by p square value, just make it cancel. What remains? That value is 3 divided by p minus 7 divided by p square. Hence complete my result, that is 3 divided by, what is p value? P value is x plus 2. I will write x plus 2 minus 7 divided by, it is x plus 2 whole square. So very simple. Once look at, just focus the denominator. The denominator just you are replacing by some variable as your wish. I am choosing here p. So x plus 2 equal to p. Then the value of x is p minus 2. Then just I focus the denominator. In the place of x, I taken the value p minus 2. So 3 times of p minus 2 and remaining minus 1 I kept as it is. So 3 into p is 3p minus 6, that is minus 1. So 3p writing as it is, minus 6 minus 1 becomes a minus 7 divided by p square. Now separating 3p divided by p square minus 7 divided by p square. Then 3 right as it is, p and 1p will cancel, just remains 1p, and here as it is minus 7 by p square. What is actually your p value? The p value is x plus 2. One side replace it x plus 2. Cross verified, just you have to add. Once again you will get the same answer. Note it. Now move to method number 2, that is method number 2. What is our method number 2? That will be taking LCM on RHS side. So 3x minus 1 upon x plus 2 whole square equal to, taking LCM here, that is x plus 2 whole square. Cross multiplication, here x plus 2 one term we have, just we multiply one more term, that is x plus 2. It becomes a times of x plus 2 plus, here everything is there, just write b. After this, just making cancel these, just remain 3x minus 1 is equal to a times of x plus 2 plus b. Okay? Removing the bracket on RHS side, 3x minus 1 equal to a into x is ax plus 2 into a is 2a plus b. These are the constant term. There is no variable x. This is the constant term. There is no variable x. Here we have the variable x. What is the coefficient of x? A. Here what is the coefficient of x? 3. What is the equality of polynomial? Two polynomials are said to be equal if and only if their corresponding coefficient of x must be same. Now here 3 into a, just try write 3 is equal to a. One value I got. What will be the second value? This one constant I will write minus 1. This side 2 times of a plus b. What value required for us? B value. So b write as b. This minus 1 already is there. Transfer to a. Transfer to a means plus 2a becomes minus 2a. Just replace respective value. What it is? Minus 1. A value is how much? 3. That is minus 2 times of 3. It will be minus 1 minus 6. Hence it is minus 7. So this completes our required result. B is equal to minus 7. Once you confirm here, A value is 3 and B value is minus 7. So we express it sum of two proper fraction. Next, this one example you know for homework, that is x minus 1 divided by x plus 2 whole square. Just take this one as homework. Solve by both methods. Next I will move to the highest power, that is the highest power is x square plus 2x plus 5 divided by x minus 4 whole power, that is 4. X minus 4 whole power 4. How to resolve as a sum of proper fraction? How we can split in such situation? But you don't go by the method number 2. Just this type of problem you have to solve by method number 1. when your denominator having the power is large, at this time you are following by first method. That is the simplest and easy method. Second method will be very difficult. It will be very much lengthy. So I will show this type of problem by solving first method. So method number 1 I take. So what is our method number 1? Just replacing the denominator. Put x minus 4 is equal to p. Clear? Then x is equal to minus 4 shifting on RH side, it will be p plus 4. Look at this one, denominator, and go to the question, that is x square plus 2x plus 5 upon x minus 4 whole square is equal to, what I am replacing, wherever x is there I need p plus 4. Wherever x, there p plus 4. Where I have x minus 4, in that case we are replacing p. Let us start now. X means what? That is p plus 4. Power is to whole square. Next middle, 2 times of, middle term is 2x. 2 times of x. What is my x value? That is p plus 4. Plus the constant is how much? 5. Whole divided by, look at, completely I have x minus 4. If completely x minus 4 means what we can write? X minus 4 is p value. So just you are replacing here, in the place of x minus 4, that is p, power is how much? 4 it is. So we write here power 4. A plus b whole square formula, everyone know that a plus b whole square, that is a square plus 2 times of AB plus B square. Applying this one here, A square P square plus 2 times of AB, 2 into A value is P into B value is 4, 2AB plus B square, that is 4 square. This first term expansion, A plus B whole square. A square plus 2 times of A into B plus B square is 4 square. Next, this remaining bracket, 2 into p is 2p plus 4 2s are, how much it is? 8. 4 2s are 8 plus it is 5. Whole divided by, right ones, that is p power 4. Now one more step, simplification in numerator part, write a standard form, p square only single term. This is how much? 2 4s are 8. That is 8 times of p plus 4 square is 16. This side plus 2p. Hence it is 8 plus 5 is 30. Whole divided by, the value is how much? P power 4. In the next step, just you have to separate it. Or otherwise, first you have to add these two. Then you can separate it. What is that term? P square plus 8p plus 2p becomes a 10p. Like terms we can add. 16 plus 13 is how much? That is 29 upon p power 4. Then separate it. That separation will be what? P square first term I will write as it is divided by p power 4. Here p square divided by p power 4. Plus, what is the next term? 10 plus 10 times of p divided by, how much it is? P power 4 plus just constant term, that is 29 divided by p power 4. Further, we make it cancel, which are possible. P square and 1 p square will cancel. P and just 1 p will cancel. There are nothing to cancel. Now what remains? That is p square cancel means 1 upon, here p power 4. 1 p square we already cancelled. One more p square left out. I will show here p square. P power 4, how we can write? P square into p square. Just make it cancel, remains 1 upon p square. Similarly, p and 1p will cancel, just remain 10 divided by p cube plus 29 divided by, that is p power 4. After that, respective value you replace p value, that is 1 divided by, what is my p value? Actually my p value is here, that is x minus 4. I will write x minus 4 whole square plus 10 divided by, p value is same, x minus 4, x minus 4 whole cube plus 29 upon, once again p value is x minus 4. What is the power here? That is 4. Like this we can separate our partial fraction. Actually power denominator term is repeated 4 times. Actually we can split like a divided by x minus 4 plus b divided by x minus 4 whole square plus c divided by x minus 4 whole cube plus d divided by x minus 4 whole power 4. So actually splitting form is we have a 4 terms, but in that answer we got only 3 times. So it means you got the coefficient of a here 0. That's why we are not getting at the last a divided by x minus 4. When I apply the method number 2 equating the coefficient, at this time I will get the value of a is 0. You try, you will get the result, a will be 0. That's why I got my answer b divided by c divided by d divided by. B value is 1, c value is 10, d value is 29. Don't get any confusion here. Actually the splitting of this term, power is 4 means 4 times will get like a by b by c by d by. Here I don't get a divided by, it means the value of a will be 0 here. By equating the coefficient method we solve means we'll get our a value will be 0. Please note this type of problem. Today we learn denominator containing a repeated linear factor. In the last class we learned non-repeated linear factor. Today we discuss linear factor. Maximum power 4 or power 5 you have in your syllabus. Don't think about largest power. Not required for us. If you want to frame your own question in denominator, maximum power 4. Don't take other than 4 power. One challenging questions to you. Later you have to discuss with me in WhatsApp group. This is the challenging question. X minus 2 whole square. Resolve into some partial fraction. You will get some idea regarding that problem. Take this challenging problem for you. Split it. Now, I will go to the next concept. This is rule number 2 is over. Now, we will start rule number 3. Rule number 3 means another form, a denominator containing repeated linear factor. Here, I will write repeated non-repeated linear factor. What is that? Non-repeated linear factor. One more time. Just you read like a denominator containing repeated and non-repeated linear factor. First we learn repeated non-repeated linear. Second we learn repeated linear factor. The third form is repeated and non-repeated linear factors, simultaneous cases. Let us take such forms. This general form goes to f of x divided by x minus a whole square into x minus b form. Such form we will get. So look at the RHS part clearly. So 1 a divided by, First I will focus to this repeated factor. Already you know how to write, how to express the repeated factor. A divided by, I will write x minus a. Okay, x minus a plus b divided by, anyone? Yes, what is that? X minus a whole square as it is. So just you focus for repeated factors. Repeated factors can be expressed as 2 times repeated it is. So a divided by b divided plus this c divided by another factor you are writing here, x minus b. This is considering as denominator containing repeated and non-repeated linear factors. Once you look at f of x is a general polynomial, anything it can be. So the degree of the numerator is always the degree of the denominator. What is the degree of the denominator? This x minus a whole square be expanded means we will get a quadratic polynomial. Their degree is 2. Once again we multiplied by x minus b, it will change to a cubic form. So the degree of the denominator is 3. The degree of the numerator will be always lesser than 3 but not equal to 3. That time we write x minus a by first factor, b divided by a divided by first factor, b divided by as it is plus c divided by third one. Let us take one example regarding that. Now example, how the question will ask, resolve x divided by x minus 1 whole square into x minus 1. Simple question I have chosen. Now this can be written as wait, first we will complete the question. Resolve into partial fraction. Here I am not taking the method number 1. I am choosing the method number 2 as well as method number 3. Elimination method along with equating the coefficient method. Please don't go by the method number 1. Just you are following in such cases in type 3. Equating the coefficient method, method 3, and elimination method, method number 2. Both methods simultaneously we are applying. Let us start now. First I will take the question as it is, x divided by x minus 1 whole square into x minus 2. Clear here? Equal to a divided by, according to the rule, first I will focus to this one. Just I will write x minus 1 plus b upon as it is, because repeated factor rule, that is x minus 1 whole square plus one more factor we have, that side I will write c divided by x minus 2. Now this type we can split. Some unknowns are there. Just now move to find the unknowns a, b and c. How to get the a, b and c? That's why on RHS part I will take an LCM. LHS I will write as it is, x divided by x minus 1 whole square into x minus 2, and in that RHS side x minus 1 whole square, this one x minus 2. These two are different, so I will write x minus 1 whole square into x minus 2. Here you have x minus 1, but one more x minus 1 you need, along with one more x minus 2, because the LCM is x minus 1 whole square into x minus 2. I have only single term x minus 1. What I can multiply? That is one more x minus 1 term and x minus 2. Then it will balance. Plus, just look at the denominator. Completely I have x minus 1 whole square. So just I need x minus 2 term. That's why I multiply b by x minus 2. Right? Next, plus c divided by. C divided by we have x minus 2, but I don't have here x minus 1 whole square. So what we can do? Just multiply x minus 1 whole square. It's clear? Now making cancel these two denominator remains we write that is x is equal to a into x minus 1 into x minus 2 plus b into x minus 2 plus c into what is that x minus 1 whole square. One check everything is correct or wrong. Here only single x minus 1, one more x minus 1 with x minus 2. Here x minus 1 whole square completely is there. So just we need x minus 2. Here x minus 2 is there. We can multiply x minus 1 whole square. Everything is correct. Now first I suggested you to apply both the methods simultaneously because non-repeated and the repeated both we have. First, I will go by the elimination method. At this time, I will get some value. Elimination method means any one term try to eliminate. I want to eliminate c. To eliminate c, just make the coefficient 0. How will make this value 0? By replacing x value is 1. Because I have here x minus 1. So, x minus 1 equal to 0. What is x value? That is 1. So, replace. For x is equal to 1, then what you will get? LHS side 1 in equal to a into 1 minus 1 is 0, or simply I will write 1 minus 1, 1 minus 2 plus b into 1 minus 2 plus c into 1 minus 1 whole square. Next step. 1 is equal to a into 1 minus 1 is 0. So 0 into a will be 0. Then that 0 into 1 minus 2 is also 0. Leave it. That term totally 0. What about b? Plus b I will write as b. 1 minus 2 is how much? That is minus 1. I will write here minus 1. Clear? Next. 1 minus 1 is 0, 0 square. So 0 square is 0, 0 into c will be 0. Then what remains? 1 is equal to b into minus 1 is minus b. Multiplying both these sides by minus 1, then you will get b value is minus 1. So by replacing x value, eliminated a and c, just remains b. I got my b value. Now, I wish to eliminate a. If I replace x, one c will eliminate b only remains. That's why I will replace x value. However, I got b value. So replacing x by 2. I wish to eliminate b value because I got b value. For x is equal to 2. By replacing x equal to 2, just focus this one. By replacing x equal to 2, I will eliminate a. I will eliminate b, just remain c. Let us see. LHS part x equal to 2, RHS part a into 2 minus 1 into 2 minus 2 plus this side b into 2 minus 2 plus c into 2 minus 1 whole square. Then 2 is equal to 2 minus 2 will be 0. 0 into anything should be 0. Then 2 minus 2 is 0. 0 into b is 0. Plus c into 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 square is how much? Just 1. Then what is my c value? C value I got. So these two values obtained by applying elimination method, calling it as method number 2. Then how to eliminate simultaneously b and c? It is not possible here to eliminate simultaneously b and c, because if we replace the x value is 1, c will eliminate as well as a also will eliminate, b remain. If we replace the x by 2, b will eliminate as well as a will eliminate, one c only will remain. That's why it is not possible. After obtaining these two values, now to get the value of a, let us take a coefficient method. I will show here now how to take the coefficient. Just look at I'll write here equating the coefficient of x square. It means you are choosing x square coefficient on LHS side as well as RHS side. Look at the LHS part. You have any x square term? No. If you don't have any x square term, write 0. And RHS side, look this product. X into x square will get. Further will not get any x square. So x into x is x square. X square into a is what? Ax square. So x square coefficient I have a. Now next go to this one. Here only variable is x we have. So it is not possible to take the coefficient of x square. There is no x square term. Here if we expanded x minus 1 whole square, we will obtain one more x square term. Because first term is x square minus 2ab form, next will be b square. So x square coefficient will get c, that is our c. Now I am going to find the value of a. So a I will write as d, c I will shift on LHS side, that becomes a minus c. Already I know the value of c, that is minus 2. Therefore a is equal to minus 2 is our required result. So some student will get confused here to get the value of a. Don't get confused. If you are getting any confusion, once you remove the bracket, you will get on standard equation. Here this one also you can expand, then you will get on standard equation. At this time you can choose the coefficient of x square, then you will understand how I get a plus c. Okay. Now a value becomes a minus 2. Here b value becomes minus 1 as well as c value would be 2. Now in such situation means a denominator containing repeated and non-repeated linear factor. At this time I choose on the method to get the unknown values. Those methods are, one is elimination method, by replacing some value I eliminated some unknowns, and after that unable to apply to get the value of a, that elimination method. That's why I applied here by equating the coefficient method. Then I got my value is a equal to minus 2. Once you replace here a by minus 2, b by minus 1 as well as c by 2. Now add all the three values, then you will get your required LHS answer. Okay, just to look at, just focus one problem. In the next class one more example I will take. After that I will move to another form. Lastly we have two types. Already we done three types. After two types this partial fraction concept will complete. Later we will go to the objective type question. Okay, thank you.